to another episode of Delusional Sports. This is Flash, Z, Dash with the Undrafted, Chin, and Ricky.
Alright, now it's time for our famous lunchroom talk. Starting off, I really want to talk about Dallas and Philadelphia. Who do you guys think is going to go?
Oh, I'll start. I don't think the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs. I honestly don't see them winning another game this year. I thought they were going to win one of the last four. I thought they were going to beat the Redskins.
Well, they played the Redskins. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to beat them. Yeah. And I think the Eagles are going to win more of their last three games than the Cowboys will. And I think that they'll have a better in-division record overall because the tiebreaker will be 1-1. The Cowboys already beat Dallas. I think the Eagles are going to beat Dallas late in the season. I think the Eagles are going to win the division. I don't see the Cowboys winning another game.
The Cowboys open up as 3-point favorites against the Rams, though.
Right now.
Three.
And he's calling an upset, which, I mean, is not out of the question.
I don't think. Yeah, and 3 points isn't much of an upset. 3 points isn't pretty much even in my eyes in football.
Yeah.
I could go either way. They're both messes.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. Eagles are awful.
I am a Dallas fan, but I've become lately more of a whoever's playing the Eagles fan. Is it even possible to make the playoffs with a losing record? Because that's what it's going to end up being.
It is. Carolina actually did in 2014.
Yes.
We went 7-81.
Yeah.
That's
There we go. That's what we're shooting for.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But what do you think, though? What's going to happen?
Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, well, both teams both play the Redskins. Then they also play each other. The outlying games are Dallas plays the Rams and Philadelphia plays the Giants. And so that's why I think that Philadelphia has a chance because
Okay, but also Z.
Again, they have to play the Giants again.
So Z's obviously a Cowboys fan if you don't know, but Z. So I mean, if the Cowboys do get in, would you rather see them get in and get stomped, or would you rather just them miss the playoffs, get a little better draft pick, and then restart next year?
It's hard to root to not make the playoffs when that's an option.
Right.
But nothing's going to change.
Or do you think that you sneak in since you get a home? You're going to win the NFC East.
You'll get a home game,
and it'll be a home game that you could at least get a game and make it interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
Everyone can get hot.
But at the same time, since you're the 4th seed, the 5th seed is either going to be the 49ers or the Seahawks.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Okay, but what do you have the Cowboys ending record being for this season? Because you guys are 6-7 right now.
6-10.
We are going to be 8-8.
6-10.
You think it's going to be a little 8-8?
Every year almost.
So
who are you going to beat?
So basically, you think that so basically you think you're going to go 8-8, make the playoffs. But at the same time, if you do make the playoffs, you have to play the Seahawks. So who do you think? So you don't think you're going to get knocked out of the playoffs early?
Theoretically.
Yeah.
We don't know that for sure.
Theoretically, if the Seahawks make the playoffs,
Seahawks
the
or
Cowboys.
49ers.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you that answer after we play the Rams.
Yeah.
All right.
That's going to be if they don't win that game, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Although Dallas though is on a losing skid right now, and we talk about momentum, and like we said, they're gonna play the Rams next week. That's not.
And the Rams got hot last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and as I said last week, that the Rams are going to make the playoffs. The Vikings hurt the chance of that, my prediction coming true. But the Rams, they beat the Seahawks as me and Z predicted, and they're on a tear. I believe that the Cowboys don't win that game, but I believe they went out and beat the Eagles and then the Redskins. I believe they do go 8-8. The only thing that's not preventing the Rams from making the playoffs is the Vikings, which it didn't surprise me that they beat the Lions, but I think that they'll lose a couple games here on the down end of that. And then also, just briefly, the Texans game, I hit on that last week as well, that the Texans are actually going to miss the playoffs when they're 8-4. And sure enough, they blew one against the Broncos. Drew Lock's looking good. But it's because nobody. I mean, one is because nobody has film on Drew Lock one game. I mean, that's it. But
he's still scared.
At the same time, Tennessee. Houston's got to play Tennessee twice, and Tennessee looked real good against the Raiders.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, here's what I want to talk about. Seahawks lost to the Rams last night, which really made me mad because I honestly thought we were going to win that one. We oh my God, we lost 12. I think it was 12 to 28.
Yeah.
So Russell Wilson threw for 245 passing yards, 0 touchdowns. Chris Carson had 76 rushing yards, and we had 1 touchdown, which was not by our quarterback, and then we had 2 field goals.
It was an interception return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's a defensive touchdown.
By
Yeah,
Quandre Diggs, by the way.
Yeah,
Which don't discredit that. If you
I'm
miss
not
touchdown-
going to discredit that our defense made a touchdown. I'm just saying that our offense should have scored more points than what we did.
Decaf Metcalf.
Decaf Metcalf.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Rams are starting to heat up towards the end of the season.
They're heating
So
up at the right time.
I was skeptical about us winning that one just because we're doing better with our away games. But at the same time, I realized Rams are starting to heat up. So to me, it was a really good game. But I feel like we should at least score maybe our offense should have scored a couple more touchdowns than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much to talk about. It's just been frustrating couple of weeks. Dallas needs to get their thing going if they want.
What is their thing?
Going 8-8. That's what I said. Their thing is going 8-8.
The Dallas original thing is Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott making
He's too
great,
fat.
making really good, bringing together the team basically.
Although, can we talk about the suspicious Dak Prescott? Okay, so he's trying to get his contract, right?
Yeah.
$40 million, whatever.
Yeah.
Why are they 6 and 7? And why is he the top? Why does he have the most yards in the league? That is just telling me that he cares about himself. I'm sorry. We talked about it last week if he cares about the team or his contract. He's getting so many garbage time yards that he's literally leading the league in yards.
How is that up to him though?
Okay, but people
Because he can win
people are-
before garbage time.
Yeah, but people are crediting him. Oh, Dak Prescott, he's leading the league in pass yards, but he's getting half of his yards from garbage time.
Right, exactly. That's
People
what I'm
are
saying.
giving
I was
him
like, it's
credit for being an
convenient.
elite passer.
To me, it's just convenient that at the end of the year, he's going to be like, I have the most passing yards.
And he can
by
easily
any
use that for
quarterback.
contract left.
Exactly.
But-
and that's just my opinion.
He doesn't call pass plays at the end. That's the coaches.
From
Oh,
what
right, but you know, and I know that during garbage time, the defense is more
It's
relaxed.
soft.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. The defense softens up.
If that's the case, why don't just Jason Garrett says, back it, get in here.
from what I remember from Dallas's last.
If the game is within 2 possessions, you're not going to say
It wasn't in 2 possessions.
this week. Whenever he scored, they lost by 7.
Yeah, okay, they lost by 7, but they had to come back to lose by 7.
Well, yeah, and
Okay, but
they
that's-
scored.
It was
The
garbage
game was
time.
out of reach. When
Right.
they scored, they made it a 7-point game in garbage time to the point
Right.
where it was unreachable.
From what I remember from their last game was I think Dak's longest drive was a 7-minute drive.
It was the first
Well,
drive.
the first drive of the game was long.
Yeah.
It was good,
Always
and then
beautiful.
it's like he it's like, okay, it's time to play, but you don't, it's kind of hard to see number 4 on the field. And then all of a sudden they're down 20, and then all of a sudden you see Dak Prescott just going off for 200 yards at the end of the game every game. And that's the only reason I feel like that he's leading the league in passing yards.
But besides this last game, which game have we been real blown out in the first 3 quarters? It's been competitive.
No,
It
no.
has.
I mean, okay, outside of your first 5-6 games, where you played probably one of the easiest schedules in the
They
league.
were bad.
Then you go to this, their second half of their season, and it's not that they're getting blown out by the third quarter. It's that they're getting blown out by the mid of the fourth. They're either down 14, they're down 2 possessions,
I consider down 14 halfway through the 4th garbage time if it's like
Right.
4 minutes to go.
and the defenses are just they're bending and not breaking, and Dak knows that, and that's why he's out there throwing 200 yards at the end of the game.
Because you see those 10-yard curls.
I'm just saying, that's my opinion. Like I said, I want to believe that he's a team player, but
And I
from
like
what
it.
I've seen, I don't.
Yeah, he gets
It's crazy to me that he's leading the league in passing yards.
From what I've
Crazy.
seen, that Dak just really needs to get Dak just really needs to get the team back together and get Ezekiel Elliott back to his good point and just
No, Zeke needs to do that.
either that or just get rid of Ezekiel Elliott
Whoa.
and get someone else on the team.
Whoa.
Get rid of Zeke?
No, he just signed a big contract.
Whoa!
Yeah, but at the same
Dak
time,
Prescott's the one that doesn't have the contract yet.
yeah, but at the same time, the part that made the Cowboys such a good team was the fact that Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott was like the team players, and they were the reasons why they won most of their games.
Yeah, we're just talking about Dak
so-
right now. though.
Right, so I want to ask you then, okay,
Okay.
if he's leading the league in passing yards, you guys are 6 and 7. What's the problem?
Well, our red zone. Yeah.
Okay.
Our red zone offense needs fixed. Like, I don't know if it's play calling or just execution.
It's play
Which I can feel that because Carolina's literally lost 4 games.
Because
in the
we
red zone.
Not to
constantly
mention
have
the
to
Falcons
kick field
twice.
goals, and thankfully we just dropped ours.
Right.
I mean, he's great for 60-yarders, but if you need him to hit a chip shot, it's just embarrassing. And also, we lead the league in interceptions tipped off of players' hands.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Are you just pulling that stat out?
No,
Okay.
you can look it up.
All right.
No,
We will.
I think he's thrown 11 interceptions, and they said 6 of them have been off of a receiver's hands.
Mhm.
So like it's not. He's pretty good with ball security.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really just throw it to the other team like some quarterbacks, but limiting, silly.
Okay, but from what I'm asking is where are these yards coming from? You're just saying that they get to the red zone and just blow up.
We shut down.
Okay, so what you're saying is he can bring the down.
Yeah,
he can bring the team
drives
all the way down
the field.
the
Like,
field.
Once we
Right.
see that end zone, we just kind of.
Which I mean,
shut down.
it's harder to get in the end zone
Yeah.
when you're in the
Yeah,
red
it's
zone.
an extra
The team
defender at
shrink.
the end.
Well, I honestly wouldn't even blame that on Dak. I would blame it on Garrett.
Right.
He gets down to the red zone. He has an idea of what he wants to do, and he'll do it regardless if it works or not. He won't make an adjustment because he has a game plan, and he wants to be the guy in Dallas.
Right.
But he's just going to do whatever he wants, and there's going to be no adjustments throughout the game. You've
Right.
seen that throughout his whole career.
Right, but I mean, what I'm saying is, one, I'm really not. I mean, I see a long drive probably like twice in a game outside of the garbage time, and I'm seeing a lot of garbage time yards. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we do have to come back a lot, but I mean that's also missing field goals. That's
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely
quite
important.
a bit.
Which, and I mean, I think kickers are probably here in the next few years. If this keeps up, the better ones, Justin Tucker, Robbie Gold,
Harrison
guys like
Buck,
that.
Will Lutz.
These guys, they will start getting paid, $4 or $5 million.
Yeah,
I think they
you
get
have
it.
to.
Yeah, I think
There's
they
been
only
so
get
many
paid
games
once a
decided
night.
by 3 or less points. It's
And-
ridiculous.
Just for a
and-
peace of mind that
For these guys, that are actually kicking pretty well. Like they're going to be asking for contracts.
Yeah.
They have to. They should.
There's an elite few that like you go out there and
I would
if
say
you're-
5 at the most.
If you're a fan, you're just like, yeah,
He'll
that's
make
it.
it. I would say
Like,
5.
Right.
Yeah, Robbie Gold definitely.
Yeah, this whole year for me, it's been we have to settle for
Yeah.
a field goal. Like it's
Who knows?
other
if
teams'
it's
ball.
gonna
And you're just like on pins and needles waiting for him to make a 24-yarder, and then he just
Yeah.
doesn't.
Alright, something that I'm kind of butthurt about is that nobody's talking about the Bears' possibility of making the playoffs. Am I the only person that thinks that that's possible?
Okay, well, what would have to? So explain to us what would have to happen.
They would have to beat both the Bears and the Vikings, and also, I mean, they really need to win
The
all 3
Packers and
games.
the Vikings.
Yeah, what I say?
Yeah.
They
You
got
said
it.
the
They
Bears
have
and
to
the
beat
Vikings.
them.
The
The Bears have to beat the Bears.
Yeah, Bears have
They
to
do.
get out of
They
their
do.
own way. No, but no, they need to beat the Packers and the Vikings, also the Chiefs. Those are their 3 games left.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough.
And none of you can't count off your head that they're going to win all 3, but they have been heating up. And they've been heating up on not the best teams. I mean, they beat the Vikings, they beat the Cowboys, and still can't boast that they beat a team that's above 500.
I know I don't know this for a fact, but I have a feeling that there's one game that you're definitely going to lose, and that's probably Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Why do you say that?
Just because
They don't have a run
You know,
defense.
they may not have a run defense, but at the same time, their passing game and running game has been really good this
Right,
season.
but the
You
Bears
think they'll
defense
beat? You think they'll beat Mahomes?
is there. I
You
mean,
think they'll beat Mahomes?
I'm not counting any of the games out. They're
I'll
all
ask him. You think he'll beat
okay.
Mahomes? You think
that
Trubisky will beat Mahomes?
Well, it's not
the
just-
Bears.
You
You
think
think
that
the Bears will beat the Chiefs?
The Bears beating the Chiefs. I would say if the Bears, Khalil Mack and the Bears
Now,
have
is that week
pull
17?
up their defense pretty
it's
good,
in 2
then
weeks,
yeah.
yeah.
Is it the last? It's not the last game.
No,
Is it?
it's in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, I mean that's gonna be a tough game for you because the Chiefs are gonna be vying for a
Number 2 spot.
number 2
Yeah.
playoff bye.
Yeah.
God, we need that.
But I was gonna say if it was the last week, I could see you guys winning just because they might be resting their players, who knows.
Possibly.
But I wouldn't call that one. I wouldn't call that one so quick.
Yeah. Do you know where it's at? Off the top
It's
of
in
your head?
Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's just another tick for the Bears. Is all I'm saying.
It's a good
Hey,
good advantage for the Bears.
Hey,
too.
Pat plays well in cold weather, man. He's a stud.
Yeah,
All
but,
types.
Khalil Mack just has to breathe on Patrick.
Oh my
Mahomes.
goodness.
He's-
Yeah.
Well, not to mention he'll be lined up against Eric Fisher, who is the worst number 1 draft pick of all time.
Yeah.
He's getting on stretcher.
Yeah.
We
That's
need,
what-
we need to
that's what
put
Mac-
Schwartz on Mac.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
That's what Cleo Mack needs is just somebody soft to because he does need to explode. He's been underperforming.
Oh no, he will be lined up against Fisher. He's gonna have to play
Yeah.
with Fisher. He's going to be able to toy with him. He's gonna be able to do whatever he wants.
Okay,
there.
And then I'm thinking that week 17 is going to be the Bears and Vikings. I think they're going to end up playing for.
Yeah,
playoff spot.
but for that to happen, the Vikings are gonna have to lose what, 2 games, right?
Yeah.
At least 2.
Yeah, they're going to have to lose their next.
They're gonna have to
2
lose at least 2 games.
And yeah.
That's gonna be
Which-
tough.
So
Wait.
hold on. So what you're saying is Vikings are gonna have to lose all 3, right, for you guys to get in.
Yeah.
So if the Vikings lose all 3, I'm sorry, buddy, the Rams are getting into the playoffs, as I predicted.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. You're already. So you count the Bears out? Is if the
Because I think that the Rams are gonna get that 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and
Right.
if that's what you said, I was just saying that I still am holding out hope. It's still mathematically the Bears are still in the talk. And
Right.
I'm saying that I do think that they could pull it off.
I wouldn't count the Bears out, but I would say if Khalil Mack plays his best defense against the Chiefs, then
Well, all 3 teams.
all 3 teams even if Khalil Mack plays his best defense of the season, then I don't see why not. Honestly,
I think the Chiefs is going to be a harder matchup for the Bears than the Packers are.
You think that the Chiefs?
I think the Chiefs is a harder matchup for the Bears than the Packers are, just because they're somewhat familiar with the Packers. The Bears haven't played Patrick Mahomes yet, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be interesting. Because Trubisky and Mahomes, they got drafted 2nd and
Right.
10th overall in the same
Yeah.
draft class, and it might be a little interesting. Like Trubisky might be like wanting to prove that like, hey, I deserve to be picked before you,
Yeah.
or like Mahomes like, hey, that number 2 is my draft spot. I'm gonna show
And
you
also,
why.
in the next 2 weeks, I think the Bears are going to be watching film on Mahomes.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Which he's too young. He's so young that he doesn't have too many. He is tricky, but
I mean, he has a full season though.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm just saying that he only has so many tricks that he pulls.
Yeah.
They are tricky, but
Mhm.
he's too young to
Yep.
be too multi-dimensional.
all I gotta say is Patrick Mahomes needs to watch out for Khalil Mack.
Everyone does.
Not
Not just Patrick Mahomes.
Not everyone has had to watch out for Khalil
Yes, they
Mack.
have.
No,
They-
Khalil Mack has been
Okay,
shut
but
down a
every
lot.
team has to game plan for him.
Yes.
That's
No,
why he's been shut down, because he's such a dangerous
Okay.
force that they have to double team him every single game,
Did
or else
they-
he's going to wreck your entire offensive game.
The only time I've seen Khalil Mack not to get his only time, but when I seen Khalil Mack get his first sack and fumble on the quarterback was probably late week 11.
Or something like that.
It's
That's
because
it was something like that, but that means from before that he was completely getting shut down against every other team.
Yeah.
So, but
that's not just saying it's because teams
have to
yeah,
double
because
team.
there's not too many other guys that people have to look out for, like in general.
Yeah,
Like,
but
guys will come out of the woodwork.
yeah, but at the same time, I feel
Yeah,
like
He's the number one.
Yeah.
but at the
Let's
same
calm that down.
at the same time, I
Patrick
feel,
Mahomes just throw the ball left-handed. If he's getting chased, doesn't matter. He can do whatever he wants.
at the field time, I feel like Khalil Mack is starting to heat up for late in the season. I feel like he's gonna play his best defense through the rest of the
In the
season.
past couple of
Hey,
games.
but I have a question for you guys. Is getting double teamed every play, is that just as valuable as getting a sack?
Yes,
Because then it opens
because
up
it
the
opens it up. I think so.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Well, it's not as
I
valuable.
can't go out and say it's as valuable as getting a sack.
it's valuable.
It's valuable, but it's not as valuable as getting a sack. And I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. Because if you're getting double teamed, they still got one-on-ones for everyone else. So unless you have another viable guy, unless you have another, the Colts had 2 guys for a long time, Robert Mathis
Yep.
and
Free.
Dwight Freeney. And if you double one, the other one's going to get him.
Yep.
And I believe you'd have to have a guy like that
True.
on the other side. Now, do the Bears have that? I mean, I like their tackle. Given's a tackle. I can't remember his name, but we'll look it up for
Yeah.
you. And anyway, he's pretty good. Akeem Hicks, but he's hurt.
Oh, yeah.
He's hurt.
He is.
Akeem Hicks is hurt. So I mean,
Yeah.
right now I can't say that that's
And
that valuable.
and
But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think getting double teamed, an inside defensive player, like a tackle,
Right.
or
Like Aaron Donald. Let's just say.
yeah. Well, I was just gonna relate it to me because I watch Chiefs games more than any other team, and I see
How many have you seen?
a lot.
80,000 Chiefs games.
People double team Chris Jones about, I think they said 73% of the time, and that opens it up for guys like Okafor and Ogba. He's out now, but you see guys like Okafor and Frank Clark getting sacks. You got Tyrann Mathieu getting sacks just because the 2 inside guys, sometimes they even pull tackles around to block inside
Right.
for Chris Jones, and they do it for everybody. Like you said, Aaron Donald, every good inside pass rusher,
Yeah.
it opens up so many outside pass rushers.
Okay. David Timber. David Timber. hiring Ron Rivera. You said that you took your time and you waited to see how this was going to play out. No, you didn't. You didn't. You watched Cam Newton get hurt year one, and the team was rolling. The team was rolling. Yeah, we got killed by the Steelers and then went downhill from that. He hurt his shoulder. And then this year, Cam Newton doesn't even get to see the field, honestly, because he got hurt in preseason against the Patriots. But, you put an injured quarterback, former MVP quarterback, out hurt the first 2 weeks, and he obviously can't perform when he's hurt. So then you go to a different quarterback, which is fine, let him heal up. But you said that you waited and took your time with this process. No, you didn't. Cam Newton has 1 more year left on his contract. Let him play through it. You should have kept Rivera around. He's 2-time Coach of the Year. You could say that he's not done anything lately, but I mean, if anything, they've been on par. I mean, you can't do much with an injured quarterback. The last time he wasn't hurt, they went 11-5 and gave the Saints one heck of a run in the playoffs 3 years ago. So yeah, you didn't take your time. You just said screw it. Now you're going to go, since you were a former Pittsburgh Steelers owner, you're going to go and get all these Steelers people who apparently, they're going to make McCaffrey a fucking Instagram star. What I got to say to you is...
What's he got to say?
Oh no.
Oh God. Bringing out the Panthers merch.
Oh my goodness.
It should be your next assistant GM. I mean, I've been a Carolina Panthers fan since they were born, since they were here. 1995. I've watched almost all their games since at least 2001. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to hire Greg Roman as the head coach. Reason why is he's doing amazing things with Lamar Jackson right now. And yeah, even if Cam Newton's not going to be a running quarterback, let's go back a few years ago when Greg Roman was the Bills. He took Tyrod Taylor and made him a Pro Bowl quarterback, and he had that offense rolling. He had the Bills in the playoffs. Based on a quarterback who's not done anything in his career other than that 1 year. And then the third thing is we aren't going to waste Luke Kuechly's time. If you blow this whole thing up, and let's just say we start with a new quarterback, let's just say we get a Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is in his third year, and he may go to the Super Bowl in his third year. So let's just fast forward 3 years from now. Luke Kuechly, it would be at the end of his career and probably not looking so high. He's had a bunch of injuries. And he's in his prime right now. Stop wasting his time. Let's make one good run at it next year. Take your time. Stop wasting everyone's time. Stop saying that you waited. You didn't wait. You waited. You've been with this organization a year and a half. I've been with this organization over 20 years. So, like I said, we're going to hire Greg Roman after you hire me. And then we're not going to waste Luke Kuechly's time. We're going to keep with it with Cam Newton. We're going to sign a bunch of the veterans back. Maybe make one or two free agent signings, and we're gonna run it back next year and win it all.
Chin for president.
Yes.
Yeah, shit for GM. That's funny. Good take.
All right, and then we got the heavy hitters of the week. My heavy hitter is Ryan Tannehill. Surprised the heck out of me. I actually went and saw him live at a Carolina Panthers game this year. Carolina won that game. Tannehill, he looked pretty good in some spots, but for the most part, he looked out of place, honestly, in that team. But it looks like he's found his place now. He had almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, I believe. Just a really good performance by him and Derrick Henry, just destroying Oakland and Oakland.
On to my heavy hitter. Going to go to college basketball. Ohio State put up a just monster game against Penn State, scoring over 100 points, which you don't really see a lot these days. I mean, you would think because of all the talent coming, but you don't see a lot of 100-point games. So I had to give it to them. They put on one heck of a performance against a rival, nonetheless.
Yeah.
I mean, Ohio State and Penn State usually go at it.
For my heavy hitter, I got Emmanuel Sanders. Like I was talking about when well, like I was talking about earlier, I got Emmanuel Sanders for my heavy hitter just because that 75-yard reception touchdown was just absolutely amazing for the 49ers. I feel like if it wasn't for, I feel like that was just probably the play of the week.
What about his throw? The one he threw.
He had
off
he had
his fucking
he had a passing touchdown too.
Yeah.
The one he threw was also amazing. But if,
That too, I guess.
honestly, Emmanuel Sanders for the 75-yard receiving touchdown was
Yeah.
was probably the game of the week right there.
You like
The
that was
play
the
of the
play of the week right there?
Yeah, play of the week right there.
All right. I think George Kittle. He's been looking really good lately. He just took over fourth for the most receiving yards in his first 3 years. There's still three more games left this year, and he has all of next year to come all the way up to take the top spot. Which I mean, are you gonna tell me he's not?
Some people will.
He's the best tight end in the league right
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
now. Right.
And he's still got another full year next year to.
He is. No.
Who is? Is it Travis Kelce?
It's Kelsey. He's
No,
going to
it's
be
not.
the first tight end ever to have four consecutive 1,000 yards.
Okay, pause.
No, he hasn't.
Right, you said he's going to be the only player to have 4 consecutive. Okay, so what he's talking about is Greg Olsen had 3 consecutive and got hurt. So I mean, it's not like he was in some like crazy business. Greg Olsen got hurt, he would have been
But
right there.
Kelsey's-
He probably had at least 5 in a row.
Kelsey's going to go 6. He's going to have
Maybe.
6 years in a row,
Maybe.
1,000 plus yards.
Delusional.
Hot take.
Because he has Patrick Mahomes thrown to him.
He had it with Alex Smith.
Yeah,
Okay, hold
he's
on.
doing
This
it now.
Greg Olsen's was without this new passing era of these quarterbacks just throwing 5,000 yards easy a year. This was, hard mouth 2013, 14, 15 football.
Travis Kelce did it with a guy who was bottom half of the league in passing yards. Half of Alex Smith's passing yards were to Travis Kelce. You took any defense, they double teamed him because he was at that time one of our most deadly receivers as a tight end, and people were still not being able to guard him as a double team.
Right. I mean, I'm not disagreeing that he's
not good, but
he's not good.
Yeah.
But I think Kittle is just a tad bit better.
George Kittle literally had 3 guys
this
trying
year,
to drag
at
him
least.
down.
Okay,
on his
so
last
So you're going to
game.
base
Hold on,
someone's
so if I'm game
worth
planning-
off one play?
Sorry, if I'm game playing
No.
against the Chiefs,
We just did.
if I'm game playing against the Chiefs, I'm worried about Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. If
gotta
I'm
worry
game
about
playing against the 49ers, what receiver am I game playing against? Emmanuel Sanders?
Debo.
Huh?
Debo.
Debo Samuel?
Yes.
The rookie?
Yes.
No.
He's a star.
I'm not going to be like, all right, I'm going to double this guy the whole game. I'm doubling Kittle the whole game. Everyone else I'll live with.
Yeah.
They're-
People double team Kelsey.
People double team Kelsey, but they got Tyreek Hill on the outside. I'm doubled in on Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. I'm not doubled in on Sanders and Debo. I'm just saying that's why I have to give the head off to Kittle.
Yeah.
Delusional
Currently,
Chiefs
Kittle
fan
is
over
more.
here.
Yeah.
He's better.
Not that.
Delusional Chiefs fan.
Yeah. Not that Kelce isn't just fantastic. But
Yeah.
He's not George Kittle.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have Kelsey on my team. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I think Kittle gets the edge.
All right. Who's your heavy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to basketball like Z here. NBA, I got Jimmy Butler. It's a little biased, but I think it deserves to be recognized.
James Butler.
The Heat aren't known for having players that get triple doubles. Even when they had LeBron, LeBron only had 5 triple doubles in his 4 years there. Jimmy Butler had 2 this whole week, and out of the 3 games he played,
This whole week he only had 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he averaged 28 points per game, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He was a rebound and assist away from averaging a triple double for the week. He averaged 2 steals per game, which that's huge. He's making a case for Defensive Player of the Week every week. Heat went 3-1. They lost to back-to-back to the Celtics. Heat generally aren't known for winning back-to-backs. They just don't. But yeah, I got him. It's nice as a Heat fan to have someone who can take over games. You saw it twice in overtime. He took over against the Raptors. It's true. Ended up smoking them in overtime. You can't deny averaging almost a triple double with 30 points a game.
Yeah, Westbrook does it every game.
Okay, but it's not in the Heat's DNA to have someone do that.
Westbrook really does do that every game.
The
though.
DNA
That's what he just
changes
said.
when the team does. You have a whole team.
Jimmy Butler.
You're going to
ain't
deny
that
that Jimmy
special.
Butler played
Well, Jimmy
fantastic
Butler-
this week.
No, he has, but you can't just say it's not in our DNA when the entire team changes.
And that entire team didn't change. He was the only one added. Other than the draftees,
So
he was our only signing.
So like your 3 out of 4 best players are new this year.
No, Jimmy Butler is our best player, and he was our only signing. We didn't sign
I
anybody
know, but
else.
Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and Kendrick Nunn are they're top 3, maybe top 4.
You don't think Bam's top 3?
That's why I said maybe top 4.
He's a top 5, 6.
Well, what about Dragic? I mean, he's hurt right now, but I mean,
Dragic? Before
he not?
Dragic, yeah, no, he's hurt. Yeah, but I think before he got hurt, he wasn't going to win 6 man. But I think he would have finished in top 5 and 6 man of the year voting. But he's hurt now. It's
Right.
honestly looking like he's going to be hurt for a while.
all right, moving on to scrub of the week. Who you got, Ricky?
For my scrub of the week is going to be Tom Brady with the New England Patriots.
There you go.
This man threw 164 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and averaged 4.7. That is just terrible for that game. Honestly, Tom Brady, I know I shouldn't say this, but he's getting old. He's not in his prime anymore. I was a little shocked that he was staying with the Patriots, but he's not playing his best. He's not playing his best this season.
Do you think he retires with the Patriots, or do you think that he'll
I-
come back a couple years at the end?
I think he's going to retire with the Patriots for sure. I don't think the Patriots will even let him go
Yeah.
at this point because he has 6 rings with the Patriots right now.
I think he should. I think he should just play his whole career with one team.
That would honestly be wise of him.
Yeah. All right. What do you have to say about that, Flash?
About him saying Tom Brady's scrub of the week?
Yeah.
I completely agree. I hate
Okay.
Tom Brady, first
Okay.
of all.
I thought
Let's
that
get
you
that
were-
out. I had to scribble it out. I was hoping you'd let me go last. But no, I guess I'll just piggyback on that. I also had him as mine because, he's supposed to be the best of all time, and I honestly don't think he is. I don't even think he's top 10 quarterback in the league right now.
Facts.
He threw below 175 yards, which honestly shouldn't be a surprise for us anymore. He's been close to those numbers all year. His defense has carried them to about half their wins. I saw a stat that said, as of week 10, the offense could have not stepped on the field and the Patriots still would have been 500 because the defense scored so many points. You're going off, you're playing a Chiefs defense that, mind you, the Titans put up 40 points on the Chiefs defense. The Titans. Okay? Tom Brady puts up what? 1 offensive touchdown, throws an interception, throws below 170 yards.
Yeah, but
He
that's
has
not
to-
their game plan. Their game plan isn't to sling it all over the field.
No, but you gotta have more than that. Against the Chiefs. You have to.
I wouldn't say not necessarily.
I would say against the Chiefs out of all.
Like I said, they weren't showing. In my opinion, they weren't showing their hand. I mean, it's Bill Belichick at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, with those numbers, they were still that close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were touchdown away.
Well, yeah,
I
but
mean,
also, as of late, and definitely this Sunday, Tom Brady's been throwing some bad passes.
Oh yeah, and the accuracy hasn't been there. His decision making was a little shaky against the Chiefs. He's going down.
And I've never considered him a mobile quarterback, but he is not moving up. He's moving less and less every
You can
game.
see before he's about to get sacked, he's just falling.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to
Yeah.
take the hit because if he takes the hit from anyone, any elite pass rusher, Chris Jones, Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, he's done.
Yeah.
Like, he is going to be hurt.
Yeah, and you can definitely see it in his face. Like, you know he's disappointed in his play.
Yeah.
Like, you see him just blow a little crosser to
Yeah.
Julian Edelman. He just,
Yep.
like, those are throws he used to just make in his sleep.
You can also tell that Tom Brady is obviously
Old.
he's obviously not. He's obviously disappointed in and how his season is, even though he is top of his division. But at the same time, you can tell that he's obviously disappointed in not putting up over 30 points a game like he was last season, and he obviously looks like he's probably not going to go to the Super Bowl.
right,
this
but
season.
they've had. I mean, I don't want to blame it on this, but they've had injuries on their receiving core all year. They had Antonio Brown. They had Antonio Brown in the
Yeah, but
in
he
the
got
system.
kicked out of the league.
Well, that's what he said.
That's my point. That's my point. Is they had they had him. They had Josh Gordon. He's gone. And Tom Brady's like, man, where's my receivers at? I mean, he's the only one he still has is Julian Edelman from last year, really. Harry, probably wouldn't see the field on almost any other team just because the receivers are that good. I mean, so I wouldn't blame it totally on Tom Brady. I mean, there has been a couple things where it's just injuries and it sucks, but and just the circumstances of receivers leaving, but yes, he's getting older. Yes, he looks a little worse, but I wouldn't sit here and just say like, yeah, this dude is just done.
But if he's the best, like people say, is he should be able to work with what he has. People say, oh,
But what's her record right now?
Yeah, but that's any quarterback.
Their defense is carrying
Any
them
quarterback
so
should
much.
figure out how to work.
But
with
you
what
can
they
say
have.
that, but I mean, all he had when he came into the league, when they won their first couple Super Bowls, that's all he asked them to do is put up 17 points. We'll win 17-10.
That should define him as the best, though.
It's
If
his
you just-
career. It's not
That's
his
his-
last years. That's what
No,
they're
what
basing it
I'm
on.
saying is his first years when he came in, they just asked him to be Alex Smith. They asked him to be the game manager. Bill Belichick's like, we'll take care of the rest. And then throughout his years, he got more wise, more better. Game film, everything. He really refined his game. Came back the last 3-4 seasons. Went to Super Bowls every single time. And then now he's at a point where they're like, look, dude, all we need you to game manage. Like the Houston game, the defense will say. This game, like I said, the Chiefs had a good game, but I wouldn't sit here and be like the Patriots are done nailing the coffin for Super Bowl
they're just
changes.
not going to make. I don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they're.
I'm not saying no on the coffin, but I'm saying I really don't think that they're going to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I've been going against these guys for. I've been denying them playoff hopes and Super Bowl hopes for years.
Yeah,
and
when
it
you play
never happens.
When
It
you
never
play
happens.
when you play against them every year, like I do, you have to bet against them. One of these years I'm going to be right.
Right.
I'm going to be right one of these years.
But let's not forget that Tom Brady re-signed his contract with the Patriots when he should have retired.
No.
Oh, he didn't. No, I mean,
No.
that's on him.
He still
That's on
has some
him.
good years.
Right.
Yeah. He'll play
Anyway, my scrub of the week is the Timberwolves forward Jordan Bell. Now, let me tell you that I actually went to a Thunder game and saw Chris Paul. The game didn't even start, and this dude was already complaining to the rest about something. So it doesn't surprise me at all that Chris Paul found the guy with his jersey untucked for the delayed game in that technical. That being said, he is definitely the scrub of the week because he cost his team the game. Straight up, he cost his team the game. The Timberwolves, the Thunder, Steven Adams threw that nice pass to Schroeder, and they put it in to get it into overtime and win it. Jordan Bell,
You're
you
going
are my
past
scrub
Tom
of the
Brady.
week.
Yeah. We were talking about it before the show
Adams for quarterback.
about calling dudes out for wardrobe mishaps,
Yeah.
and that's really weak. But for the game, I'm gonna call every dude out, and be like,
Yeah.
like this guy's got his wristband down backwards.
Yeah.
If,
Right,
if we're gonna get points for it, I'm calling him out.
Uh-huh.
And I would like to point out, once again, it comes back to the confines of the games. Like Jordan Bell, if you're supposed to have your shirt tucked in, just
Yeah.
tuck
When
it
he's
in.
done that his whole life, it's
As-
not anything different.
As I think that's kind of a dumb rule, and I get why it's a rule so they can see if somebody's grabbing it.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a technical foul. Maybe just but I know they did get a delayed game earlier in the game. That's why they got the technical foul.
Yeah.
But shoot, if you do that 30 times, I don't think that it should be a technical foul.
I mean, it's dumb, but
It's
the
the
rules.
rules.
But it's the rules. So Jordan Bell, you're my scrub of the week.
And speaking of it's the rules, my scrub of the week, Sean Payton, for complaining about passing interference on a punt
Yeah.
call, which that was just a bad play call. You have your receiver run a fade route, whereas that's exactly what the rule is for, is so that they can't do that.
Yeah.
Have them run a long hitch route.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, first down. Why are you trying to shoot for the end zone?
He complained about
On
the
the-
mess
on the-
he created.
Yeah. Why are you shooting for the end zone on fourth down?
He's
Just
trying
get
to
the first
justify
down.
what he did.
Yeah.
And it was bad. He looked like a dang fool.
He was telling the rest, hey, I messed up. Fix it.
Yeah. Hey, can I get a flag?
Yeah.
Run that back real quick.
Belichick-esque.
Yeah.
Alright, my scrub of the week. We talk a lot about the pros, so I tried to kick it back to college. I like college more than pros, honestly. Utah's college football team,
True.
they were set up. All they had to do was win one game, and they were in the playoffs for the first time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lee Corso, they let you down big time. I know he picked them, and everyone thought he was crazy, and they came this close just to lose to Oregon in a bad way.
Yeah.
But, you had a shot, and to prove everyone wrong.
You think Utah would have had a shot to win a game in the playoffs?
No, but to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm just asking.
They could have been OU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OU doesn't stand a chance.
But yeah.
Definitely. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Be looking out for our next episode on predictions.